What's good, YouTube? Christmas Team Innovation here, bringing you guys a little discussion today. And this discussion will be about why cars like Maxx and Shared Ride is better than cars like your Vanity's Emptiness, your skill drains, your mistakes in certain situations. Not saying they're flat out better, but in formats like this where things are really fast and tempo based, where if your opponent goes off, they pretty much win, they are needed. So without further ado, let's begin with this discussion, or pretty much explanation. Starting off with Maxx. Now, Maxx is a card that got popular during the 2011 format when Billy Brake started the trend, as far as I know, and took himself to back-to-back YCS wins with it. For you guys that do not know who's been living on the rock, what Maxx do, it basically lets you draw a card every time your opponent touches some of the monster. Now, back then, they had cards like Skill Drain that was still around, and decks that ran Skill Drain, aka TCG Stun, were doing good. But the thing about decks like Billy Brake's deck that mained the Maxx for the Plant Mirror match, it helped you keep up with your tempo, and it didn't stop what your deck was supposed to do. For example, you have a card like Maxx, and let's say you're playing against an opponent who's trying to special summon. You chain your Maxx. Now the opponent's gonna either A, continue their spamming out and try to OTK you, or they try to spam out the field, or they're just gonna be that terrible player that breaks under pressure, or they're just gonna stop. Now, 9 times out of 10, the opponents are going to stop, but every once in a while you do have those inexperienced players who just spam out without miscalculating and try to OTK you. They don't have OTK, or they just spam out their field, make their big combo and pass, don't even do anything, which is terrible in general. So it's like when you have situations like that, Maxx really plays a psychological game with the opponent. So that's better than stuff like Skill Drain in the instance, which was popular during that format, because when you flip over a Skill Drain, yeah, it help you advance your game state, and it can help you keep up while keeping a bit beat stick monster on the field. But once your opponent gets rid of the Skill Drain, like with the MST, that's it. You're back to square one. Versus with Maxx, where it's like you're getting more uses out of the card because if they just want to spit out their hand and spam, and you letting you draw. They're allowing you to plus your hand up and keep up the advantage with them, and or get more advantage over them. Now, fast forward to this format. Up and coming format, we have Necros being released, and we have decks right now that do a lot of searching. Cleave Force do a lot of searching with Summoner's Arc and the Scout. Satellos is like whatever, but they do a lot of searching too. And we know Necros are going to do a lot of searching. So, like I said, I study a lot of OCG. I believe studying OCG can make us all better players by seeing what's in the future and better prepping for it. And players were main decking when Necros left full power 2 to 3 copies of Shared Ride. And if you guys don't know what Shared Ride does, it basically states whenever your opponent will add a card from their deck to their hand, or add a carryout to their hand, once Shared Ride resolved, you draw a card per card. So technically, it is a quick play spell card version of Maxx. So basically, let's do an example. One of my subscribers asked me where it's like you have Mistake and then you have Shared Ride. My subscriber asked me, wouldn't Mistake be better versus the Necros and Shared Ride? While Mistake is a powerful card, it is not necessarily better than Shared Ride against Necros. Reason being, it's the same example with the Maxx back in the plant format versus the Skill Drain. You have your decks that can main deck a Mistake. Like Heroes could probably even get away with main decking it once they set up Dark Loft with a Mistake, and Necros is pretty much done. I mean, it's kind of redundant, but it's pretty much it. But then you might not have your decks that can support it, because every deck right now relies on their search, and that's just the way Yu-Gi-Oh! Is set up. So flipping over a Mistake on them pretty much might hurt your deck as well. then they have to rely on, okay, he has a mistake, let me just try to work with the hand I got. If they have a valuable hand, you're pretty much screwed. And or if they have MST, you're screwed. But if you had the shared right in that instance, as soon as they go Manju or Rhoda or Ditch for a search, you chain your shared right. Now you're playing a psychology game again. Now they gotta think, damn, do I really want to do all the searching, or do I just want to sit here and pass my turn? Especially since the format is really OTK based. So when it comes down to cards like Maxx and Shared Ride versus cards like Mistake and Skill Drain, the Floodgates, we have to know when to prioritize what card over what card. Like right now, the format is too fast for basic Floodgates like Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, and stuff like Light Imprisoning Mirror matter. Like, yeah, you might get it all, but once it's MST, if you haven't won by then, you lost. But if you had the Maxx or the Mistake, not the Mistake, but the Shared Ride or any card that lets you keep that advantage up, it allows you to match your opponent's game state, and it gives you an opportunity to out advantage them. So, hope all that made sense to you guys. I hope you guys got the point of what I was trying to say. Basically, to wrap all of it up, you just got to know when to use what card at what situation. Now, there is a time where Maxx was bad, and there will be a time where Shared Right. Well, where Shared Right is already bad now, but it's going to be good future. And there will be formats where Mistake is better than Shared Right, and those formats, and like Skill Drain as well. But those formats are slower formats. But the game has such a speed right now, you have to keep the tempo of the other decks, or you're just not going to be able to compete. That's my main point. So, with all that being said, hope you guys enjoyed today's discussion. If you did, give it a big thumbs up to show your support. As always, comment down in the comment section below what you guys thoughts about today's discussion at hand. And also, if you're a new viewer, I would love for you to subscribe to the channel, because as you guys all know, it is my sole purpose as a YouTuber to help you guys become better players. And it's my sole purpose for you to hope that you guys can help me become a better player. This was Chris from Team Innovation, and I am signing out. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Double deuces. Have a good day. Enjoy your holidays.